darkness, out of the fear. Here comes the monster waiting in there. Heart rate is rising, some call it scared. You'll feel the chill start raising your hairs. It's too late, you're here now. I hope that you're prepared, cause there's no getting out. You can feel the energy, dark like a cloud. Electrified by panic, terror and doubt. Don't cross me, or you'll learn quick the hard way that I'm not one to mess with. I got a mind, and that mind's...
What's up?
Hi.
How's it going?
I can't hear. Can y'all hear me?
I can hear you. I can't hear Maddie though. Unmute, Betty.
It's froze.
Maybe
I'm gonna go out and come back.
Exit page. Wait, right?
Wait.
Oh, we got it.
Look it.
Somebody just told everybody you're a witch.
I was just playing.
I can see you. We can hear you.
They need you to close it. They'll close it. There we go. No, it's buffering. And now everybody went to hell. She will sit over there. In your question.
I think Debbie got kicked out, I think.
Hello?
Okay.
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 Yeah, stay frozen.
Oh goodness. So thank y'all for coming on with us.
Cinder's gonna come back in.
Oh, there she is.
Yeah.
She just went to go make a little sandwich. Look, how's it Notre Dame, Maddie?
Can you hear me now?
Hello, beautiful peeps. Hello, beautiful peeps. Wow, thank you.
Sorry about that.
Can you hear us? Are we good?
I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
It's buffering bad.
I think we're lagging.
Mm-hmm.
See,
Uh-oh.
Hey, Adriana. Oh, love the info. Hi. Hey, Crystal.
Hey, Pam. Hey, everyone.
Worker.
Uh-oh, what happened to them?
I think they got knocked out. Hey, Pam. Yo. Oh. Hey, Annette.
Hey, Annette.
Can't wait to be on the show with you all. Aw. We're just waiting for our guest to pop back on.
Right?
So if y'all aren't following Earth and Stone, make sure to go follow them on Facebook and YouTube. They post all their like walkthroughs and history of stuff on YouTube.
So a lot of graveyards. It's cool.
Mm-hmm. You missed it, Kimmy. The penalty game earlier. Debbie messed me up. Oh
No, would I do that, Lurker? Would I do that?
I know I started getting ready and I totally forgot about it being at 5 and I thought it was at 6 still. So
Hey, Brian.
Worker, but I did share it out. Are y'all back?
we're in.
Yay!
We said, let's jump out, come back in too, see what happens. We were good, right? We were chatting and everything backstage, and then
I know it does that every time. I don't
good.
understand.
Looks good now.
Yeah, it's good now.
Stream
Sorry, Lurker.
Did it move?
I got him good today.
Hey,
Show
Charlie.
me.
Hey, Charlie.
what's up, Annette? Hey, Azriana, Carlos, Facebook user. What's up, Shirley?
Charlie May.
So how did y'all get started? Like, how did y'all meet?
Ooh, we've been friends for a minute. Where I work at, he would come in And
I would borrow money and I owe it to her, and I haven't paid it off yet. So she makes me do
this is
things.
his way of paying it off.
Yeah, there you go.
So she put you to work?
No, yes, ma'am. No, we met how many years? 3 years?
Hey, Brian. Hey, Johnny.
Hey, Johnny.
The rough burn again.
I think they froze again. Shoot.
5.
5. Has it been that long?
5 years ago.
You know, time fun is nothing but a blast.
Wow.
Johnny. Yeah, I have a monster.
Is it my fault?
Are you there?
It's my brother.
Yeah, it's suffering bad again.
Are you there?
Still borrows and hasn't paid it off in full.
Is it my phone? Where's my phone? No.
Shit. I'm not using your Wi-Fi. So.
No. Are you?
Hey, Sean.
Hi, Sean.
What's going on here? I don't even have my.
Uh-oh.
Is your son
Maybe try going out and coming back again.
Are you?
Oh,
Shoot. This is bad.
I hate they're having so much trouble.
Me too.
I don't think it's my internet connection. I can check it, make sure.
If it was you, then I would be buffering, right?
That's true. Hey, Sean. Hey, Carlos. I was going to say get closer to the Wi-Fi. The way it's going, they may end up having to sit on it.
Right. Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Not good at all.
That's why we wait on them to come in. Make sure to go follow Ghost Hunting Housewives. Make sure to go follow Lurker at Darkness Falls. And Pam Harris at Serene Divine. I think I got everybody. Yay, they're back.
Let's do this again.
It's the ghosts in my house. I'm telling you.
Spirits, please let us get through this interview. Please.
Leave us alone. No, I'm just kidding. So yeah, so we met like 5 years ago at the place where I work. I have a monster movie club, and Derek loves monster movies, so he came through, and that's how we met. And then we've been friends ever since. We talked about serial killers, and that was it.
Cool.
I got involved with the library because they had another movie club and they couldn't find a copy of the movie they needed to show, so I brought it. And then they said, "You want to take over the club?" I was like, "I guess." So we kept hanging around each other, and kind of like uptight.
He's playing. Don't listen to him. Where's that?
Just like butterscotch.
Oh. So y'all just got into the investigation?
Well, no. May I field this one?
Yes.
This is a very, very quick and very bizarre happening. I used to be into paranormal investigation years ago before I met Maddie. But what happened with this, what we're doing now, I have these old cemeteries by my house, and Maddie wanted to see one of them. I said, "Yeah, sure. I'll show it to you." We went out there. While we were there, she went live with her group. And she's like, "Yeah, this is where I'm at. I'm at Ramby Grove Cemetery. Check it out." And then, I don't know, like a day after that, she's like, "Everybody seems to like it. We need to make a page." I was like, "Do we?"
Oops.
But we did, and we rolled with all sorts of different names. At first, we were going to do a thing where we went to like different cemeteries in different towns, and then we stopped to eat somewhere locally, and we called that one Bon Appetit. That was the first page that we did.
Yep.
But then we figured, eating could be. We're trying to find different names, and most of the names were taken already. So I tried to simplify, so that's how we got the name.
And I wanted poke it, but he said, "Hell no, girl."
No, I was just like, poke it with a stick. Yeah, well, yeah, I guess we could, but
His mind is no squirt.
she had other names. She had other names too, like Your Dead Mammy, and I don't know.
I did not have none of that.
I don't know, something like that.
So somebody said that we were married. Pretty much, we act like a couple as far as
chemistry
on each other.
out there, kidding around with each other. It's just great chemistry.
Yes, it is.
We're a married couple in the fact that it's like kind of incestuous because she's like a sister to me, really.
It's Texas, not Mississippi.
Not
It's like this all day, guys.
Like not somebody who would ever condone like any really deep relations, but maybe teach me how to kiss somewhere along the line. And I wouldn't tell mom.
If you don't be careful, you're gonna be to
We're
3
all
foot
one.
apart again.
Mhm. Hey, Debbie.
What's up, Debbie?
Hi, Deb.
I still want to go to Haunted, Texas.
I just want to fit in.
Dude, you gotta come to Haunted, Texas. We'll meet up with you.
That would be fun.
I say we all take a road
Right?
trip. Anyway.
Yes.
And the weather's getting cooler, so
Dude, today it rained here in San Antonio.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh,
Y'all gonna have to come to Savannah. There's a lot we can do here too.
That would be freaking awesome, dude.
ooh, that's
That
it.
would.
Mhm.
Girl, I do need a pole.
Hey,
Just until she can replace the one that I broke. She gets on the pole and it's sexy time. I get it on and I'm churning butter.
Northwest side.
I spin around until I strike oil.
You're on the all right. You're on the northwest side.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. We're out in the dirty south. They said we're on the dirty south.
I'm not allowed on the north side.
Hi, Carol.
I'm straining Lorena.
Hi. Did she say what's up?
So when y'all came up with the concept,
No,
y'all
yeah. So we.
the cemeteries and stuff, what's been your favorite one?
Oh, dude! It started off with Ramby Grove. Ramby Grove is where we went on our first, and I know you guys were there when I went live that one time because they were so
Right.
supportive. Best Friends Paranormal was always there. They always got me, and
That's
we
right.
were live. And like he said, he started going on about a case. No, it wasn't cold case anymore. It was just a case that had happened, and that person was there, and I was like, what? I get to see a famous case that, the person that was in a famous case. So we did that, and this place is very overgrown in some parts and very clean in others, but you could just feel like that the wind is blowing. It has that Native American feel, like
Very ancient.
yes, fresh
Right.
air and mesquite trees and lizards.
So we started looking for other places. There were places we went to I didn't even know existed on that same back road. We went off the side of one was a old Baptist cemetery, which was really, really interesting. Had a stone in there. It just actually said on there, bitten by a snake, which I thought was like weird.
Wow.
I've never seen anybody's written
Mm-mm.
on the stone. But before that, we went to, what was it? The one with the D? Starts with a D.
St. Dominic's ruins.
St. Dominic's. We went there, and there was one there's a killed by Indians.
Oh,
Like,
Wow.
that's crazy.
it's just cool to walk through these places and see the names that you don't hear anymore. It just
Right.
blows my mind. Like, you've heard it, but they're not around anymore, like Ida and Jebediah and stuff like that. It's like, wow. It's so funny how the times change, and you can see it when you're out there looking at all this. The history is just changing and changing.
But to answer your
Right.
question, you asked what our favorite was. For me personally, I have to go with modern type of deal. It's like Mission Cemetery because it has like a wider range of monuments and more story involved. After that would probably be San Fernando 2. But as far as like the older antique cemeteries, I've always been partial to Rampy Grove. And now the one, well, she took me to one just the other day. What was that one called? Do you know it?
In Liburnia?
No, the one with Emilio in it.
Oh, no, I don't know the name of that one. San Jose. San Jose Cemetery.
That one was really, really good. Very
That's one was like a really small cemetery.
Very small, yes.
Tiny.
Yes. Like a little spot. If you blink, you miss it, that kind of thing.
Yeah, that was a pretty cool place, though. There's a lot of energy there.
And it's really fun looking into things, you know. What's up?
Hi.
If I don't say hi to anybody who says hi to us, I'm sorry. I don't have my glasses, so I don't see that you're commenting. Sorry, but I'll when she says hi, I'll wave hi just to be polite. Sorry, man.
Aw, that's sweet.
But
Go get you some glasses, Derek.
I need them. I need them. I'm going to start a GoFundMe. Maybe I'll get a monocle.
One monocle. Joe West is going to be on Mad G soon. So, woo!
All right. That'll be fun.
Sorry.
Yes, it's going to be fun.
I thought you said Joe S. I didn't say it was one word. I'm sorry. Apparently I'm deaf too.
So doing this, we've had so much fun. You know, we get to get out of town for a little bit, go to the outskirts and just explore. St. Dominic's was amazing. Derek was looking up all these cemeteries and he said, hey, this place is called St. Dominic's Ruins. I had never been out there. What was it, Helotes?
No, that one was
Hondo. It was in Hondo, Texas. So I said, let's go. We took a ride out there. And it was just so crazy because you have this ruins. It actually is ruins of a church.
Oh, right. Wow.
And then there's all these graves, and it was people who had died of.
I don't remember. I don't know if it was diphtheria or it's one of those like.
It was diphtheria.
One of those, yeah, something like that. I couldn't remember. There was 2 cemeteries we visited. Each one had a cause of death for almost everyone in there, but I don't remember which one was which. But yeah, the ruins are very like Led Zeppelin-ish when you look at it. It looks like Houses of the Holy kind of thing. It's really nice. It's just walls though, inside anymore, and the walls are being held up by braces and things like that. They even had the old church bell in the cemetery. They had it planted down there. So
wow,
it's pretty interesting.
I bet. Hi, Danny.
And there were people. Hi, Danny. There were people of German descent, right? They were the first pioneers in that area.
Yeah, there's some German, some Swedish, some around there.
A lot of kids, and that's the one where we saw killed by Indians. And that when we see things like that, that just blows our mind. Like,
right?
It doesn't happen anymore. You know what I mean? Not the fact that they don't write it on your tombstone, but I mean, it's not a Wild West anymore, and people are getting shot with bows and arrows or anything like that, you know? So to see that, you see the history in it, you know?
Right.
And it's like, oh my goodness, this person lived that. They actually lived that life. It's shit we see in movies, you know?
I'm inspired.
Right. And the tombstones are still there to prove it.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that is so cool.
Yeah, I find inspiration in some of those stones. In fact, in my will, I want it wrote on my tombstone. Derek Austin effed around and found out.
The killer was.
Maddie said no. Derek said yeah.
But it is great.
Do y'all have any gifts? Do you go in without gifts, or do you have them? Sorry, go ahead.
Flowers, as far as I was thinking like gifts, like psychic. I was like, no, but I would love to be. I would love to be psychic. We do take flowers, especially to the women and children who die.
And her boyfriend. Let her tell you about her boyfriend.
We'll get into that. We take flowers now. Hey,
And
they're usually artificial, of course, but
Right.
we do take flowers out there. Especially, like I was saying, especially to the ones that died tragically.
Right.
Take it to everybody, but those are the ones that
That's
really,
right.
right.
That's cool.
Plus, that's what I love so much about y'all show is that y'all mixing, bringing in history that you don't, you just assume with Texas it's all Spanish and what was it, French? I think, right?
Yeah, there's some
Right.
French also.
And so you would never think German and Swedish and all these cultures being there at all.
never thought that. I was like, what? And I've lived here all my life,
Right.
I just know about the Battle of the Alamo and the Chicanos around here, but I didn't know, I never knew. So yeah, a lot of history.
The Battle of Wisconsin.
Oops. The Battle of the Fiesta.
Oh my God.
But yeah, going around.
The battle at the taco truck at 6:30 in the morning.
Oh my goodness.
It really is amazing because you never know what you're going to find out there. Like there's these tombstones and I had never seen it before. And it was like, they lived 37 years, 26 days, and so many months and 26 days. And it was just like, wow.
Down to the
Yeah, I
second.
love that.
Right.
And then we saw some today where it was just the year. Born, it didn't even say born. It was just like 90, 1906 to
Yeah, it was just the years. That's it.
1924.
No
Wow.
birth, no
Nothing.
birthday,
Just the name and the years. That was
Yeah.
it.
no,
Well, sometimes when you get just the years, they haven't died yet.
Well, it was the first year and the last year.
Oh, I got you.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
Battle
Yes, you're right.
But you know what?
Battle of the enchiladas. Hey, I think that might be happening in my stomach tonight.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no. Hey!
Hey.
But I would have to say, though, not like my favorite cemetery, but the most interesting cemetery was the one we went to. It was a green cemetery. That one was an eye opener. I've never seen anything like that or heard of anything like that. I've heard of people going green when it comes to burials. Some people, they get cremated and they turn into like a little pot. You can put a plant in it and they turn into a tree, which is how you get haunted forests, by the way. Just telling you. But we went to a green cemetery and we got there just in time. They were having a burial, but there was no family. It was just the people who worked there. They said that her daughter was handicapped and couldn't make it out there, but they had her wrapped up in a shroud, and a lavender shroud. And the guy got down in the hole and just lifted her very gently off the gurney that they had her on and lowered her in there. And that was it. That was the whole ceremony. But it was like they only put him down like 3 feet because they say that's the optimal space for them to like return to the earth. And I was like, oh, this is pretty amazing. It was just a whole flat man. These very small headstones that the mother of the daughter made. She was the artisan who made them.
Oh,
And I've never seen anything like that. It was pretty amazing, pretty moving, actually.
It was.
Right.
It was like,
without coffins, without all that kind of stuff. It was just straight laid into the
That's
ground.
it.
straight
And
into the ground.
even
Wow.
the body has to be like unembalmed. They don't put any chemicals into the earth.
Oh wow.
Yeah, she had died the night before. She was buried the next day. No ceremony.
Wow.
Oh,
Right.
Maddie and Derek are awesome together.
Thanks, Yvette. Yvette in the house.
Thank you, Yvette.
Yes, Joe. It is crazy. It is fun. That green cemetery was. Now I know you asked us our favorite, but that was the most peaceful. And
It was.
I think that it's because you see the body from the moment it's there to the moment it's in the ground. You know what I mean? It's not like when you go to a funeral and you're in the coffin, they close it, you never see them again, and that's too bad. That's it.
Right. It's I'm not knocking any funerals. I mean, but that's the way we get our closure and stuff. I'm not saying anything bad about it. There's only funerals that I've ever known were just, the open casket and the ceremony and everything like that. But looking at the Green Cemetery, which was really like, it brought us back to our basics, way back when, that's how they buried people. You dug a hole on your property, you put them in the hole, and you covered them up, and that was it.
That's right.
It made me feel like the funerals now, they do tend to, well, of course, they're kind of staged. They're staged. You're propping them up to look natural, to look like they're sleeping, to look a certain way, so that you can take in the reality of it all and find closure there. It's a good thing.
Right.
So I'm not knocking those funerals at all, but this one was a whole other level of funeral. It was like back to the basics.
Girls, he got in the hole. The man got in the grave.
He fell in the hole.
Scooped her up. And it was like a baby. Like, she was like a baby. She was 90.
I think it was 96.
96-year-old lady.
Aww.
He just scooped her up. She was in a shroud, just like, it looked like a nice blanket, and he just gently, and I know he said that, but just that he just gently placed her there, as opposed to cranking her down there. And and I am very against, anybody who knows me, money. I am not a money person. I don't know if it's the Pisces. I don't know what it is, but I can't stand money. I know money makes the world go round, but when I see things like funerals and it's like, man, they must be making a lot of fucking money,
Exactly. Right.
And these people live their whole life, and at the end they have to pay all this money, or maybe something happens suddenly and now their family have to pay for it, but you have to do it, right? You have to either bury, cremate, whatever. So that's what I'm thinking. And when I saw this, I was all like, wow, of course you're still paying for it, but you get so much more out of it. And
it's so much personal, it's moving.
Very personal.
Yes, exactly.
I love it. I like it.
Exactly. It was a great experience.
They had told us that a very basic funeral for the Green Cemetery is like tops with everything included $6,000, which I thought was amazing. Because cremation ceremonies, I didn't realize they were up to like $2,000, $3,000. I was like, wow. I thought that was the cheap way to go. I thought it was, a couple $100, but no, it's not.
That's right.
And again, that divine intervention is what the lady called it. Us showing up at that time. And I saw those people, dude. I saw those people out there, and I was like, Derek. They're gonna they're gonna say, what are these people up to? And no, the lady, she came up to us and she asked if we'd like to stay for the ceremony because, like Derek said, the family wasn't able to be there. So it was just divine intervention. We were able to be there for her, it was just
like you got to take part in it. Yeah.
Right. It was so wild.
Yeah, when she walked up to us, like Maddie said, when she walked up to us, I thought for sure she was going to say, oh, we're having a ceremony. You guys have to go, please. But she was like, oh, what are you doing? No, we're just interested in this. Well, we're having a burial right now. Would you like to watch? And I'm like, oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yes, please.
Yes.
So yeah, it's been fun. It's been very educational as far as I'm concerned. It's been very educational. I'm seeing things that I've never seen before. I'm going to places that I've never been before. I've only heard of. And Maddie's always excited when she goes to me, like says, "Oh, we got to check this place out. We got to check this place out." I'm like, okay, let's go. Let's go check it out. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That would be so cool.
And Derek's awesome at looking into things, finding the cases, finding people, finding the ruin. He's the one who found the Dominic ruins, and just being able to find that stuff and find the history. And he'll remember like that killed by Indians. He knew I would like be like, oh my God, this is awesome.
Right.
And he didn't tell me anything like, hey, we're gonna go look for this one. It says killed by Indians. He goes, hey Maddie, come here. And I go over there and I'm just like, oh my God, because he knows me, he knows. And
exactly.
I was all like, that's crazy. So he's, very knowledgeable, and It's cool.
And it makes it more exciting.
Right.
Shucks. Or nothing.
Company scanned the site and found 170 lost graves.
Wow.
I don't know what that word is.
Where's that at?
That's awesome.
I know Aaron's in Minnesota. I'm not sure.
Near next to the biggest ball of twine.
Road trip. Yes.
That's a Weird Al Yankovic song, by the way. The biggest ball of twine in Minnesota.
Is it?
Here
Joe's
they
knowledgeable.
$100 to cremate your pet and receive the ashes back. Wow.
That's right.
So with the
I
green
bet.
cemetery, can you plant a tree or something also where the body is buried?
Yes.
I think so, yeah. Yeah.
And it's funny because there were no headstones as far as sticking up out of the ground, like you know how we have those. It was a flat rock, like Derek said. The mother of the owner etches them out and everything, so it was just a flat rock, and it was like wow. And then most of them had trees planted where there. If it wasn't a bush, it was trees.
Yeah, it was random plantings, but there were a few there. Towards the back, though, there were some actual headstones because they had acquired that land after that part was a cemetery. It was a small family plot. So they had the older bodies there. But then before that, yeah, it was all green and very clean and fresh.
Wow.
Well, y'all gonna have to go back there and go live so we can see it.
Sure.
Yes.
That would be fun.
On YouTube, we do have it was the Road to Lavernia. I want to say it's the third one.
First one.
Oh, it's the first one. Road to Lavernia. It's the first one. And check it out.
There's 3 parts.
Okay.
But yeah, as far as like the cases go, like that was Maddie's brainchild, because she was like, oh, you know what? This cemetery, which I'm very familiar with, this cemetery has people there that were the victims of a very terrible crime back in the 80s. I was like, really? Wow. We go check that out. And then it was like, then that was a whole other thing for me. It was like a connection to a case that I've heard about, but
Right.
you know, you're never going to be around the people who committed it. You're never going to be around the victims, of course, but to see where their final resting place is kind of really brought it to a whole other level for me. And made me look into it. So that became another aspect of the channel. It's not strictly a true crime channel, but we are leaning towards that a little more each time. So yeah, we're going to be, in fact, we're in the middle of working on a video that we started earlier today. And it's a very short case, but it'll be up on the YouTube channel probably later tonight or tomorrow at the latest.
Yay.
Cool.
Yeah, Aaron. All right. Thank you for that info.
What do you say?
Because he can't see.
He said, "What did he say?"
It's in the middle of it, that cemetery that was lost.
Oh,
If you see, we're like an old couple. You know, honey,
Wait,
that
what'd you-
cemetery.
what did you say?
Want to go cheap with cremation? Donate the body to science. They will cremate them for free. The neighbor did it.
Wow.
Did you see her legs are hairy? No, cemetery. Oh, okay, that's good.
Yeah, over here.
Town.
Check out the cemetery.
Oh,
In,
Terlingua. Yeah, yes, I've heard of that. I've heard of that place. Terlingua. Never been there, but I'd like to check it out.
Oh, dude, we need to get with Annette because Annette can hook us up with all kinds of adventures.
Tell her about the cemetery in the neighborhood.
The cemetery here in my neighborhood.
The little tiny little.
Oh, so we're looking for all these cemeteries, right? And I go, dude, there's one like it says 4 minutes away from me. And where I go, but I'm driving around and I don't see it. So he comes over and I go, let's go. So we go.
The GPS would say your location is on the right. I'm like, I don't see anything here. Then we try to drive back, and your location is on the left. I'm like, no, it's not. There's nothing here. There's a big thing here. And it was like a factory and some industrial stuff. And she finally located what they were talking about. And what was it, Maddie?
It was a 4-plot cemetery in the industrial site, just like this person was.
Wow.
Yes. I mean, Aaron mentioned
4 plots.
4 plots. and it was called like the Heritage Family Cemetery. And we can go visit it, and it's just like I can walk from here to there. And I was like, what?
Oh,
So
Wow.
maybe that has something to do with stuff we've talked about in the past about my apartment. So that
And it's like somebody acquired that land to build that shop or whatever it is on there, and they're like, well, you can acquire it, but these have to stay there. And it's inside this
That's
area.
right.
Wow, it's wild.
So they just build around it.
Mhm.
right?
That's cool.
Yeah, it looks really neat.
I'd like to see it up close.
Right?
Are you
I bet it
able
puts
to
the ghost off them building all that stuff around their little cemetery, around
Yeah.
their graves.
Mm-hmm.
I heard something. Sorry.
I did too.
It's my son playing his video games.
Ah, okay.
Over there. No, I'm just kidding.
You scared me, man.
Keep it down.
Anybody want a live death on their show? I'm right there.
Then we'll try to communicate with you.
You communicate with me now. I'm here now. Talk to me. Don't wait till I'm dead.
Y'all, when I was it's been years ago, we were upstairs. My business we had a pet store, but it was on like the second floor. And it came a flood. I mean, it was raining, it was bad, there was floods everywhere. But we were where the store was right beside a cemetery.
Oh.
Well, we looked out the window and all these coffins are floating down the road.
No!
Isn't that awful? I said, holy crap, y'all. That was bad.
How?
That would freak me out.
Yes, it did.
Ooh, right? Like, what would they? You can't figure out who's who and who goes.
Who's who and where do you put them back at?
Oh my goodness!
I know.
Yeah.
One side of me would be like, "Oh my God, there's coffins floating." And the other side of me, let's go open one up.
Let's go see
Let's
what it looks
go
like.
Morbid curiosity. That's me.
It was bad. It was horrible.
Oh, I can imagine.
Did it stink? Did it like the smell?
No, it didn't have any smell to it at all, but they were floating down the road.
And
There's like 4 or 5,
Debbie
four
said
or
it
five,
was
caskets were just floating down the road.
Oh shit!
That was bad.
But it got on it with a paddle. Yeah.
But you
Wow.
Kimmy. But like Annette said about donating your body to science, here over by the UTSA college, there is a cemetery for the people who did donate their body for forensic science.
Yes, we plan to make a stop by there as a compilation of odd grave sites. That's a future project that we're working on.
So it's like a body farm, right?
Something like that.
Where you donate your body and people that are studying forensics can see how decomposition, how long it takes for this and how long it takes for that, so that they can better examine bodies when they find,
Yes, Aaron, I remember hearing about that. They're all surfaced.
That would be awful.
But yeah, that one, and we're home to a few oddities as far as graves are concerned. We have a woman who was buried in her Ferrari, which I'm really looking forward to seeing that place.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. And what else did we have? Oh, there's a service horse for the military. He got his own grave. It's a big old grave site.
Oh wow. The cemetery down the street had caskets that came up and were floating also.
Ooh,
Wow. That's really creepy looking out the window and see those things floating down the road. That was creepy.
Yeah, I can only imagine what that would have looked like. If I would have woke up for a drink of water and looked outside and saw that, I'd be like, that's it. They're coming for me. This is it. I had that happen one time. I spent the night at a friend's house. She lived downtown in San Antonio, and her windows were open because it was the summer. And at night, they have horse-drawn carriages. But the thing was, the horse clopping down the street was echoing off her walls, so I thought it was in her apartment.
Wow.
Wow.
And all I thought was, oh, my God, what is that? And I thought the devil was there to visit or something. I was like, oh, that's it. I'm going to get dragged down to hell. This is great.
They're coming to take you away. Ha ha ho ho.
Now you know where to find you. Derek.
The earth wasn't big enough to swallow me up.
Cheeks.
I bet that was creepy.
It was. I woke up. I started like, what is that? Like, clap, clap, clap.
That donkey lady.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. One of our little urban legends here. Or is it an urban legend? I don't know. Maybe it's a true story.
Right?
Like y'all doing the serial killer stuff, like the Joe Baldwin and the Avalos.
Avalos.
Avalos? Yeah.
Yes. Was that the San Antonio Strangler?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Man, let me tell you. And like Derek had mentioned, you go and see these people that have died or, tragic deaths. And it is nothing compared to reading the story. I thought, yeah, this is easy. They've passed on. There's nothing,
Right.
When you actually read these stories, because we read the stories, we find old articles. Derek's really good about that. We find old clips of YouTube, yes, I'm sorry. So then we see them. For me, it seems like it's a movie in my head, right? I know it happened to these people. I understand that. I understand these are real people and everything. But seeing the gravesite is like, oh, a kick in the stomach. It's just like, oh my God, you get heart sink and everything. And wow, it's just so crazy, but it's awesome.
It brings it all to life,
Yes,
right.
Exactly.
Like we had one with the San Antonio Strangler. Two of his victims were little girls. They're like 12 and 13 years old.
Oh, wow.
Being at their grave was very heart-wrenching.
Right.
Knowing that, they had their whole lives ahead of them. They had plans the next day and the day after that. But no, it wasn't going to happen. And it's like, man, I can't even imagine what they went through in their last moments.
That's
and
horrible.
One we'll be talking about soon actually went to high school with Maddie. And she was the victim of a very horrible crime. So we'll be talking about that soon.
Yes, and it's crazy just how, these things happened in the 80s and we didn't have what we have now, right? We didn't have social media, we don't have Find a Grave, we don't have none of that. So it's just very hidden. And then now we have so much we can do. And you look at things and it's like, oh my God, I didn't even know this and I didn't even know that. And some of it's pretty hardcore. Some of the stuff we read, I know when we were doing Avalos, my stomach, like I had to take a breather. I had to take a minute because it was so descriptive. Because if we can, and it's a double-edged sword, right? Because it's we get to hear and but then it's so hard to look at. But we do sometimes find the real transcripts of what was said during the case. This witness said this witness saw this. So it's hard. It's hard. And I bet. People were like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I just read something really bad and I need a minute, Right. I think I'm a pretty tough cookie, I think I'm a pretty tough cookie. So when something like that hits me like that, it's like, whoo.
It's got to be pretty bad.
Right.
Oh, yeah. That's something that happens every day that you hear about. But then when you're going through the history of it and you're in those places, I'm sure
it hits home. I'm sure.
Yes. When you find the story, it's bad. When you read the details in the story, it gets worse. And then when you're retracing the steps and going to the locations that these things happen, that's when it's like, hey, something really bad happened in this spot.
Right.
And it's
Do you have spiritual gifts? Do you feel anything?
No, I don't.
You go to these sites, do you feel anything from them?
I think mine is all just pure emotion and adrenaline. I don't have anything like in touch with who was there.
Right. That would be rough. That would
Yeah.
be rough to deal with, I think.
That'd be a hard one. Yeah.
There was one instance when we went to when we were in Lavernia. We visited 3 different cemeteries, which was one was a green cemetery, and one of them was St. Anne's Cemetery. And we're walking, and I'm fine. And I'm not one to say, oh yeah, I have this, and you know me, girls.
Right.
And so I'm there, and I look at Derek, and I go, I want to fall on my knees and start crying. We just came from another cemetery. There was no reason for all that, and I'm like, and he stopped in his tracks. He's like, are you okay? He thought the sun was getting to me, something. And I was all like, yeah, I just feel very sad. Well, when we're out here, we take pictures of all kinds of different. And I go, maybe there's something with this headstone over here because I just have this feeling. And we walked and it didn't say anything, but we took pictures and everything. So then I go home and I start Googling and I find this person's obituary.
Mm-hmm.
And he had taken his own life.
Aw.
So, and he was a young man. He was a teenager. He was like
15.
And
Wow.
so I was all like, was there something to this? Was I feeling something?
Yeah, I bet you were.
Overwhelming. Why would I want to fall on my knees?
You were feeling what he was feeling before he passed away. That's part of being an empath.
Oh,
Yeah, see, sometimes our communication is a little slow. And she told me, I feel like falling on my knees and crying. So I pushed her. Then after she got up and beat me up, more like, no. I was trying to help. I was just trying to help.
He heard fall on my knees and thought something else.
Oh, right.
I mean,
Lies.
don't know what you're talking about.
Bye, Anthony.
You'll have to explain that one to me later.
Uh-huh.
You being a virgin and all.
Righty. You finally got him.
Zinga. No, but let me see.
Follow Spectre Radio with Aaron Shadow, and then Texas Ray Thunder.
What's up, Anthony? Oh, snap. No, but it's just so crazy. But we go to the specific sites where these bodies were dumped. Sometimes we can't find this is the exact piece of grass, and but we know it's that alley. We know it's that, this is the alley. It says it's right here, and it's just like horrible. How horrible to just leave a body there and drive away like nothing. And when we were doing the one with the girls, was that Avalos?
Yes.
We were doing the one with Avalos, and we're driving in the same exact area, the same streets, the same everything. So you start to feel like, oh my God, what was their mindset? Are they frantic? Are they like, oh shit, we got to get rid of this body? Are they laughing? Are they like going about their, drinking a Coke and having just a good old time? It's just crazy because while I'm driving, I'm feeling like, oh my God, this is so horrible. It's just, it's just crazy how we, with a conscience, and somebody that's a serial killer who usually
don't have a conscience, right?
Yeah, it's just 2 different worlds. It's 2 different worlds.
Wow.
It really is.
So do you want to tell them about Jonathan Shaquilla?
You guys know the guy from the field. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he says he's my boyfriend because I wouldn't shut up about him. Because
he talked about him like this.
Lie. He's lying.
We went to go visit his grave, and she told me, "How do I look?" I was like, "I don't know."
No.
Make my booty look good.
She put on perfume, and I'm like, "What are you doing?"
Right.
That was an amazing ride, guys.
But you get activity, find a pattern sometimes.
Google Maps drops a pin, search a spot, and have activity.
We find a pattern sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for that.
Cool.
But yes, I think a big part of it is like I'll share my deal in a little bit, but with her is because when they had dumped Jonathan Chiquillo's body, he was in the area. She could smell like the death from it, and then later they saw a report that the body had been burned. So she was, of course, not involved, but she was kind of involved. She was in the area. She remembers those nights, and it's plagued her, kind of, for lack of a better word, all these years. So then when she found out, when we were looking for his grave, we thought they had taken him somewhere else or kept his ashes or something, because we couldn't find anything on it.
Couldn't find Jack.
But
Wow.
this one here is really good about finding graves. I mean, like when we're looking for him in the cemetery, it's a very familiar thing to hear. I found it, and she's on it. She sees it. So this one she did through a little video, detective work. Video forensics is what I was trying to think of. She watched a memorial video that they made for him. And in doing that, they showed his grave. And when they showed his grave, they showed the streets that were by there. She goes, I know those streets. I know where it's at. She knew exactly where it was at. And we went. Sure enough, she located it. And then I couldn't tear her away. She was just like holding onto the stone. I was like, come on, man, we gotta go. Oh, this is it.
Back in the stone. Okay. Sorry.
Back it up.
She was gonna leave her shirt. I'm like, Maddie, no. Stop.
Dude, it was like, we can't find nothing on this dude. I give up. And I said, oh, hell no, I ain't giving shit up. No, he didn't say he gave up. He was just like, we can't find nothing. We can't find nothing. And I said, okay.
You gave it to somebody you don't see, right?
And we went to the next case, a couple of cases. And I was like, no, I know. Was he not? We thought he was not loved. Honestly, we thought they forgot about him. He was just a number, just a person that passed away, and yeah, that's it. Right. And I said, what about, I looked at the year and I said, hey, YouTube was around then. And so I looked it up on YouTube and I put his name in there. And would you believe I found him and his friends and his cousin that killed him playing around.
Wow.
Just bullshitting with each other. He was asleep and they're like drawing on his face and everything. And it was all like, he didn't know that this person was going to do this to him. And that person, I'm pretty sure, didn't know he was going to do that to his cousin,
Right.
I keep looking. You know how it shows you and then you scroll down and it's more stuff going on through that they made more films. And somebody had made a memorial video for him.
Wow.
So it was just like, oh my God, you have a face. I didn't know what he looked like. I didn't know what he looked like. So I fell in love with him. And no, he didn't. Now he had a face. And now people are mourning over this boy. He was a man, 18.
Yeah.
He was a man, and him coming, shut up, and just, you are loved. You are loved.
That's right.
He's not forgotten. And I was determined. I said, call this place, because that building, I've seen that building. And then he goes, I keep calling, but they don't answer. I said, forget it. I want to find them myself.
And you did.
By the time she told me that, I had already gotten the confirmation that that's where he was, but I didn't tell her. I was like, nah, I'm going to let her have this because she's very excited by this. And if not, she can't have him in this life, she'll have him in the next.
That's right.
We go.
That's right.
I said, it's right here. And he goes, no, they told me it's down that way. We got to keep driving. I said, no, he's right here.
No, I was like, it was in the corner of the cemetery, but it was in that area, but not as far as I thought it was. She got it. She knew what she was doing.
I said, that building's right there and that mausoleum's right there. And we get off the car and it's right there. It's like not in front of us, but you could see it. It was like light shined on it. The clouds open.
Nettie's on her way.
But we saw it and oh my God, I was just so.
We heard the music of the heavenly host playing until she got out of the car. These porno reel. I was like, oh.
Hey, doesn't that always play when I'm walking around?
It does.
Right?
But no, it was just a relief. I was so relieved that it like came full circle.
Right.
Like, started with a smell and
Doesn't it always?
came, finished with knowing that this person is loved and comforted.
That's right.
And it was a great wild ride. I'm sorry that someone had to pass for it to happen, but it was really an adventure.
And you completed it. That's what was fun.
You would always talk about like driving, and then you smelt the smoke or something, wasn't it?
So we were driving down the road, and we would just go. We dropped the kids off at school, and in that area, it's a very nice scenic ride. Very
Right.
nice. So we said, let's go down that way. So we do, and I smelled something. I said, woo! It smells like a dead dog out here. Never thought nothing of it. It's the woods, it's the woods. There's dead animals everywhere. So we go home, go about our day. And then in the evening, there is a news broadcast that somebody saw a body burning in the field. So they called the cops. And when they went out there, it was the body. And me and my husband at the time, we looked at each other and we were like, hey, we were just there. Is that what we smelled? Oh my God. We were just freaking out. So
I bet.
I'm one of those, I need to know. And true crime was my thing back then. It was in 90, I didn't know. Not 90, 2000 and early 2000s. And we're like, what? So we went and there was crime scene unit out there. There was people taking pictures. There was a cop on standby because they didn't know who had killed him yet. And so we were just like, oh my God, we did smell that because that was the exact space. I said, oh, it smells like a damn dead dog out here. But poor guy, his cousin had killed him and then transferred him over there, threw him in the field, and then went back later and set it on fire.
Wow.
So we smelled it before he got set on fire.
So Casey, will you play I'm Burning for You? That hit by Here's your long distance dedication, Joe.
Burning love, new hot stuff.
I don't judge. I don't judge. That's cool.
Our team of investigators.
Have you collaborated with other teams on investigations? If so, what was your most favorite investigation?
What was your most favorite investigation with them?
I've been on lots of investigations, but not as many as you guys. So I've been out on an investigation where this gentleman thought his house was, or believed his house was haunted. We went in there and he tried everything. Like these people, I feel, were really taking advantage of him because, he had an apartment and he had a live chicken on his patio because this person had said, you need a sacrifice. And that's where he said, no, I draw the line there. I'm not going to do that.
Wow.
We walked into the bathroom and the bathtub was full of salt, holy water, and lemons. And then we also listened to his story, right? So we're listening to his story, and that was the first time that I ever felt, and I'm not talking about felt, oh, it's coming to me, I feel this. No, it was like a physical touch.
Wow.
It was a physical touch. And I was trying to dismiss what this person was saying because I don't take everything lightly, because I'm always afraid people are going to try to pull one over on us, right? So I'm listening and I'm like, nah, but I'm not telling him that. And then I just feel like a finger run up my spine, right? And I'm like, it's, whatever, the AC or whatever. Well, then the next moment, I'm thinking the same thing and I feel it again. One last time it does it and I said, okay, someone's running their finger up my spine. But I didn't tell them, I didn't, every time I don't believe you, I didn't say any of that.
Right.
At this point, I'm like, okay, this dude's legit. And I think that was the most interesting because there was so many different pieces, so many different pieces. And we were able to cleanse the house. There was a point where he had a clock radio and it was not on or anything like that. And the ceiling fan was off. Well, the ceiling fan started spinning and spinning. And then clock came on and it started doing that like white noise. Mm-hmm. And we're like, dude, do you have an alarm? And he's all like, no. And it was a weird time. I don't remember what the time was, but it was a weird time to where somebody wouldn't set the clock to that time, like 40 in or something like that. So yeah, that was one of my favorite cases.
Though the clock there was a weird time.
Bye, Adam. Yes, it was a weird time on the clock.
Period of time.
No,
okay,
it was a weird time on the clock. So that was my favorite.
I bet. Especially with them running your fingers up your spine.
Yes. I was all like, nah, it's just in my head. It's just me.
Right.
He ran a finger up my spine.
That was another fun time.
That was Joe.
That was the best investigation.
That was so bad.
Thanks for the flowers, baby.
So what fun stuff do y'all have coming up? Anything fun?
Well, I'm kicking off my OnlyFans. Can I plug that here?
Nice.
Don't listen to him.
We get a paranormal discount.
There you go.
Absolutely. I'll pay you. I'll pay you. What is that? No, what we have coming up? Well, we have some compilation videos that are going to be coming up because we run across a lot of cold cases. There's no closure to them. There's no grave sites to them, but we do feel like the story is really worth mentioning. Some have grave sites, but there's no like closure to them. They're unsolved cases. So we'll be visiting some of those places and talking about some of those people because some people have gone missing. Like they've been missing for years and years and years, so they assume that they're gone. Wow. They're dead. But yeah, we got that coming up. We got the one about her ex-classmate. Mm-hmm. We'll be talking about that. That might be part of another compilation. And then, of course, we're going to be visiting more cemeteries, of course. And,
right.
I think we're working on something for Halloween, so that'll be fun.
Yeah.
Sounds like fun.
That'd be good.
I'm looking forward to it. I always look forward to it.
I would too.
So just like Earth and Stone. We're on YouTube and Facebook. He's thinking about putting together a TikTok, so we will see what's up.
Ooh.
Good.
See what's up. But yeah. It's fun. It's fun.
Sounds like y'all got a lot going on.
Yeah, somewhat. Yeah, we try. Maddie wants to do everything like once a week for sure. Me, after a while, I'm kind of like, yeah, let's take a step back. Let's catch our breath. And she's like, okay, let's catch our breath. And then 5 seconds.
I caught my breath now. Let's go.
Exactly. I don't want to catch my breath. Let's go this week. We'll just do this. I'm like, okay.
Make sure we pick all these people up on our bus one day and dream trip.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I don't know who Jimmy is, but I'm a little jealous.
I think that was meant to be Kimmy.
Kimmy.
Kimmy or Jimmy?
Kimmy.
I know, right?
But yes, if you like what you saw here tonight, please
Oh,
like us on Earth and Stone. Stop! Don't.
he's like, oh yeah, baby.
Earth and Stone. I really am enjoying doing this. It's really fun, and I love you girls. So
We
you
love
We
you.
love you too.
I was all, hell yeah, let's do it, Derek. Let's do it. They asked us on.
It's been fun.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Well,
Thank you guys.
thank y'all for coming on with us. We enjoyed it.
Yo,
Thank you for having us.
We'll do it again.
You.
Looking forward to it.
All right.
thank y'all.
Positive
Good night.
vibes, everybody.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.